And the language of wealth, I always say, is passive income. If what you think of involves your activity, you are not ready to be wealthy. I don't care if you earn 2 million a month. As the way we say in Warri Delta State, so we don't sit down and pass. You earn 2 million a month for 30 years, you retire, everybody knew you as an NMPC and share worker. You know those are the big companies you have in Warri. You retire and people cannot recognize you after 5 years after you retire. It is financially intelligent, and that's why what we are teaching here is a system. I said there's a difference between activity and creating a system. You need to build a system that is independent of you. And that's what we are. That's why I said if you came here with an old mindset, please, so that it's very easy for you to understand. Now I'm taking it a step further. I'm going to do mappings 3, 4, and 5. And what does it say? It said that for everybody that is going somewhere, where's our destination? We talk about a success formula. You have a dream, a burning desire. That's what the dream is. You want to get somewhere. Now what do? You have not gotten there, but you have gotten there in your mind. But from here, today, you begin to walk through. Now, what is the first thing you would do if you are going to go from ABUJA to Jos? If you had your own car. You start in, how do you start with that entry? You get in. You get started, right? Maybe you need to go to the filling station or to get fuel. Now, then you start driving. As you are driving, you won't be in gear 1, Abi. Move from gear 1 to gear 2 to gear 3 to. Then you get to a point where the roads are open. Like, even though I have not traveled higher than ABUJA, I hear that up there the roads are much better than where I'm from. Because we never roads all the time. So when you get to that level, you can even take your hands off the steering and just keep flying. Now you get to the point where you see your gauge going down. What do? You go into and you buy another product. So that's the exact same system we are going to employ. There are just 4 things you need to do. And what's the first thing? Everyone that's starting out their journey wants to reach the destination. And we want to be financially free. We want to get to the destination. Clear. Mr. Matthew has showed us. Mr. Ola has explained what this industry offers. The first thing you need to do is to do what? Sorry. Get in and get started. Not, you can't on your own, which cities between here and Jos. But I really don't know the area. But you can't get midway under Akwanga. You can't be in ABUJA and buy fuel in Akwanga. That's what some of us are doing. You are like, oh, I hear that they can sell. No. What we are showing you is a system that works. The first thing you get in. It takes an initial outlay of money, of course. Because I know the interesting thing about this industry is one of 5 ways you can get financially free. So that I like it because it's not plenty. God will not be plenty, just 5 ways. We talk about real estate, we talk about automated business, we talk about intellectual property, we talk about shares and bonds and all of that. Then we talk about network marketing. So this is the system, this is high. And the first thing is, Robert Kiyosaki says, what business can you start? And you register, you get a shop, you get all of that for less than $500 anywhere in the world, no other business. And that's why it calls it the business of the 21st century. Now, the first thing you get started. The second thing is what? You put petrol in the car, which means you use the product. So you have no right to start talking about the product when you are not in yet. So if you go and talk to somebody and you say, I want to share something with you, what's the thing you are sharing with me? And you start talking about the product, you are wrong. That's the reason why your team has been doing wrong. The first thing they need to understand is they have a dream, they have somewhere they are going. Then they should show them this is a system that can deliver you here. Because for me, I'm like, do you have 50 million naira in your account? My friend said, they say, what is there? All these things, I don't understand all these things, I want to go to something. I said, sorry, excuse me, do you have 50 million in your account? And I said, then stop giving me excuses. If you are wasting my time, show me somebody else that is more interested and knows where they are going. Because trust me, when you do it this way, you won't want to carry anybody. Imagine that you are driving your car and somebody flags you down. Leave, you stop. And maybe you are a guy, I like doing my MD all this season, and he's a lady. And you say, so where are you going? She said, anywhere. You see, you are like, I mean, where do you want me to drop you? Anywhere you are going, I am okay. What will you do as a guy? You zoom off if you are wise anyway. Anyway, so when you are coming, brother, what's the third thing you do? Sorry. Everyone starts in neutral. There's no automatic in this one. And so we are talking about neutral. And the third thing is you get into first gear because you are driving. And what is first gear? You sponsor your first 5 people. Now it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5 as our guy is top step. Now, interestingly, I love the system having so we are going to talk more about it, but you are not even the one that is meant to talk to the 5 people. Isn't that interesting? That Oga here came all the way from Mina and he called me and he said, I heard you are going to be in ABUJA, I'm going to be there, I'm coming with some people. Interestingly, they are all come here. And he says, oh, I want to get my 5 people now. I heard what the guy just said. It is me that is supposed to help him talk to these 5 people. He's not supposed to. Because what he's supposed to be doing, he's supposed to be watching me. Let me parallel it. If you are Christian, if you are Muslim, the same system. How did the kingdom of God, as in, how did Jesus do his own, and how did Muhammad do theirs? We have Abu Rahman Lekizim coming in, I think, tomorrow. One very powerful guy, I respect him. And he gave us the Muslim perspective. But because I'm a Christian, let me go from there. Mr. Matthew was saying something that Jesus had some first down lines and he had some others. True. Because who were the ones closest to him? There was actually one that was very close to him. Then there was another 3. Then you had 12. Then you had 70. Then you had all of those people. Now, I tell people that when you go to church for the first time, imagine that you invite me to your church. Like Christian, for example. I've never been to church. As soon as I get to your church, I'm like, wow, look at the AC, look at the lights, look at the pastor, look at the plane, look at the parking, look at the cars. The next thing you hear that I started church. What will you say? I will crash. Fantastic. Now, many of us have been to this place, don't understand why we have been crashing. But what am I supposed to do? When I get into church, the first thing I'm like, I like this thing, you're like, fine. Hold my hand, take me to what? Some people call it foundation class, some call it membership class, some call it whatever. What am I going to do there? I'm going to get trained. Now, when they now say, oh, we are going on evangelism, we want to preach to people. I'm not even giving the opportunity to talk to anybody. I follow him. Who is he? It's my outline. I follow him. And what am I supposed to do? We say, read to Ephesians 1. I don't read it from my head. I open the book, which is on file, and I read it. Now, what am I doing? By the time I do that system 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, have I been able to understand how it works? Yes. But in this system, all of the rewards for that first 5 person does not come to me. Who does it go to? So do you understand how it's now easy to get into your first gear? What does it take to get into your second gear? You need to now, that thing I did for you, you now need to do it for those 5 people. Now, third gear is you supporting those 5 people who have their 5 people. Because see, if this is going to be passive, if this is going to be automated, if you are going to walk away from this after 3 to 5 years and say, I have built this business and I'm going to keep on doing it for the rest of my life, or for like 40, 44 years of on fire, then this is the way it's going to happen. You are still in the third thing you have to do. Then once you get into your third gear, what you need to do to just be high flying is to help those people provide leadership. At that level, you are building an organization. There was a time I told my outline, Mr. Matthew, I said, when your team gets to a particular level, you need to be reading books of people written by CEOs of big companies. Why? Because you have built a big organization. You need to start understanding how they think. Because it's more different. Of course, getting into overdrive is getting your 25 into high gear. Now, how do you get to your 5 people over to me? I'm also going to copy exactly what our MD said. He said something. He said, imagine that you are young. I'm a young guy, and so don't mind that I'm using marriage because I'm still unmarried. So I just have to put that out. I didn't say that. Now, he said, for example, as a young man, you are not married. You are now saying it to me like, which is your friend? You guys are my friends. You are like, how do I? Anyway, say you just walk up to her. When she tells you no, the possibility that you talk to another lady in the next 3 months is very low. You won't have to be like, When you see another lady and you're like, no, I remember what you did to me. It's in your mind. But imagine that you walk up to her and you're like, she has everything, has work. Say, you are my friend. I need to tell you something. Where I am right now, I'm ready to get married. I'm ready to settle down. See, if you see my card, any of your friends that you think, you can recommend them, just give them my card, tell me to call them, you can call me up. Just call up. You walk away. Did you get a no? But did you create the opportunity for something to happen? There is a wise friend, should be like, you don't get eye, you know this. Now, that's for some people that, I just help somebody there. Now, so, when you meet your friends, they're like, do you know anybody who are group of 5 people and are being the target? 5. Do you know anybody that wants to do what? That wants to earn about $500 to $1,000 in a month? I think it's a week there, but it's actually a month. Who doesn't want to earn that kind of extra income every month? Everybody wants to. Interestingly, I see that people that have more money, most money, want to earn more. Now, what is it going to take to build this system? 5 to 10 hours every week. So you see now that everybody can do it. I like the way Mr. Marshall put it. He said the business is being simplified for amplification. So if you can understand the simplicity of this, to ensure that we are now, what's wrong with putting 5 to 10 hours? Because what is 5 to 10 hours? That's what you put into Big Brother, into Super Story, into football, for those that are guys, or even ladies love football, whatever. 5 to 10 hours every week can guarantee you this is fantastic, in my own opinion. Now, in your first year in university, how many people got paid here? You paid you as soon as you see your year 1 and say, thank you. You paid you. But I like paralleling this also when I'm talking to you to say that you have 2 options. Go through a system for 30 years. And like Mr. Ola says, when you come out, start collecting a pension that is like 50% of your salary. It's true. How many of us know anybody that's collecting pension now that's happy? I mean with the pension, not with their children. I mean with the pension that is happy. There's nobody that is happy with their pension. Why? Because I was collecting 500,000, I retire, for Christ's sake, I'm not collecting, maybe if I'm collecting, maybe 100,000. It means that I was a principal, I start collecting like a school teacher. Is that bad? But this is a school, I tell you, every one of us, we are learning. Now, the other option, like I said, is go to school for 3 to 5 years. And these 5 years, you are earning. In the beginning, we are talking about $500 is not where we are going. That's small. Where we are going, we want to create a system where we can earn fantastic passive income yearly. But we are starting this way. And as you are building it, you are earning as you are going on. You are learning. You are getting financially intelligent. You are building an organization. And you are accessing more opportunities. Now, the next napkin 4 is tied to that. It's saying that the only way you can ensure, you can really say that you have built your organization well, because we realize that there's something about network marketing. If it does not have any passive income, any opportunity, then there's nothing I'm doing here. Why? I can go and be selling TV. I'll make money. That's active income. But why am I here? I'm here because it's a system that guarantees that if I do it right, in 3 to 5 years, I can build something fantastic. And whether I work or not, now it's hard work. Fine, I'm ready to do it. The hard work is saying 5 to 10 hours every week. Now, saying that when you come in, you might have seen Mr. Matthew, you saw Ola, you saw Mr. Bumi, Oga at the top of Abuja, and you're wondering, these guys are just really good with the way they are working, this business is even dressed fine. Mr. Ola said they are going to America, Mr. Matthew is going to America. When am I going to get there? And that discourages you. Now, when you come in, you know why I like this? It's your personal decision. And that's really what life is all about. It's not about the first. There's one pastor I used to have in school. Every time I always say, overtaking is allowed. In life, overtaking is allowed. So you don't look at those. If you want to discourage yourself anyway, then look at them. But if you are ready to motivate yourself, what do you need to do? You need to now look at your organization, building it to bedrock. Because, let's see. I put something here. say that you need to build to your foundation. And what is that? Let me use the parallel. He used it in the book, and I like it. Thank God. When we were coming, I was telling Mr. Abumi, I said, every time they are constructing something, this Abuja, anytime I come, everywhere it will change. It's always confusing me. Interestingly, we have a lot of high rises here. You might see a fence covering a particular acre of land. Every time you are like, what is going on here? Which one did they do again? You walk past. You drive past again. Another time you drive, it's still there. You keep driving for like 1 year, it's still that way. Then one day, from nowhere, you just see a building coming out. And in 3 months, you see a very tall building. You're like, wow, fantastic. Now, Don Fila says, when you think about your business, when you think about building your organization, that's the way you should think. That I'm not thinking about what I'm going to earn right now. I'm not thinking all about now. I'm not even bothered with Mr. Ola and Mr. Matthew. They should go to America and come back. All of us will go next year. I like we are together. We are very ready. We are going. Now, what are you trying to do? You are saying, I want to build, because this system, they call it democratization of wealth creation. To say that I can start today and build my system very well. And if I tell somebody that I was doing it well. So I need to build to bedrock. So the first thing I need to do is to ensure that I come in, which is the first picture I have here. Which is like, I've just come in. I don't understand anything. I'm following my upline so I can get my first 5. So I can get into what? First gear. Now, by the time you are building a high rise, the next level is when you get your people. You need to get the hydraulic. You are building, you are still digging. Because what you are building is very high. Unless you are a salesman. You want to get 200 people. There's a fantastic business. So they are going to America. I want to make America. You go out and you recruit everybody. You don't teach them anything. It means that you have not dug deep. Your foundation is very shallow, but it's wide. Now you are trying to dig deep. So you get your first 5 people. You are going deeper and deeper when you get your 25 people. Of course, you understand. When I say get 25 people, I hope you understand. Because I told you the system, sponsoring, you teach, to sponsor. Then by the time you get your 125 people, then you have dug to bedrock. Don Fila says, if you have not done that, you have not duplicated your system. Let me go back. That if you have not gotten, leave this 620. If you have not gotten here, then you have not duplicated yourself. You have not worked your system. That you as one, you are supported to get your first 5 by who? Your mentor, your boss, whoever introduced you. Now, when you get your first 5, you support them to do what? Get their own 5 each. Whatever time it might take you, there's no time limit to it. That's why I like it. You take your time, you build it well. Why? Burning desire. Preferred future. You have seen that. Now, by the time you get here, what you have done for these people, you support them to do for each of their 25 people, of course, 5 each. And they are able to duplicate. By the time you get to 125, yes, you can say we are going to bedrock. And then your building can build. You know why? Because between 125 and 625, the numbers beat what you have here. So it means that between this, your high rise is going. So for those of us that have been doing salesman, we went and we recruited 25 people. Then we are quarreling and arguing with the company that this thing is not working. No, you are not working. I normally say that businesses do not fail. People fail businesses. Every business that is failing, somebody else is succeeding in it. At it, right? True of us. So what you need to do is to learn the system. Now this is what it looks like for a salesman. I went to get 130 people. My church, my social club, my football, everywhere. This is how it looks. Meanwhile, this is bedrock. But this is where, and when you build here, you can't have a successful company. Because by the time you are getting the 100th person, the first 10 people they have dropped out because they don't understand what they are doing. But imagine that he's my team. I support him to get his first 5. He's like, fantastic, I love this. He now supports them and says, same thing I did for him. What does he do? He does for them. And I'm still there, I'm watching, I'm supporting. I'm watching. The same thing they were done for, they do it. When you do that way, you know that that's going to keep on going on within your system. Now, on to napkin 5. It says sheep are sick. There are 3 types of sheep. There are goat sheep, silver ship, and there are empty ships. Now, everyone that you sponsor into this business, you recruit into this business, is a silver ship, comes in as with potential. Now, it came from the whole analogy of, oh, you are sending your ships out back then, and you are hoping that when they go and they do their voyage or whatever, they come back with gold, because you know that was the precious cargo there. Now, your gold ship is who? We can read it, we are together. Your gold ship is who? Your empty ship is who? And what does he always see? Because some people, you know, this will help you. You know what this does for you? We're talking about you getting 5. You might need to get up to 10 people to see your serious 5. You might need to get up to 15 people to see the really serious. Because some people are just coming and, oh, I hear you can do this. No, they are not serious for this business. Because this is really the real business. This is where the money is, as some people like to say. So your gold should be someone that is serious.